Fishing. Very relaxing, very calming. And, of course, the most important thing that one can do in a Minecraft world. Because what else could there be that is more important than fishing? I mean, clearly this is the best thing to make progress in a Minecraft world. Just calm, relaxing fishing. Oh yeah, that's right, we have an episode to make. Yeah. Can we please play the intro? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 4 of my survival Minecraft Let's Play. We have picked up here pretty much exactly where we left off in the previous episode. Because in between episode 3 and episode 4, I only did one thing, and that is craft these 4 blocks. In the previous episode, we obtained ourselves some villagers, as you can see, and naturally, in this episode, I intend to do some trading with these villagers. So I crafted myself some workstations that correspond to some villager professions that I think would be nice to have. Alright. I chose for a blast furnace because that is for the armorer, because that villager trades us diamond armor. I chose for the smithing table because the toolsmith trades diamond tools, especially the diamond pickaxe is really interesting. I chose a cartographer to finish the map wall. We'll go and have a look at that in a second. And I chose the loom for the shepherd because I think that trading wool with the shepherd is actually the most easy way of acquiring emeralds in the beginning. Alright, if you're confused why we want a cartographer, we want a cartographer because we have a map wall here, and crafting maps is expensive, and cartographer villagers trade maps, so that would make them would make these maps more cheap. Alright, in this episode we have scheduled a bunch of little things to, well, make progress in this game. Among those things is make a farm, make a sheep farm, make a cow farm, and it started raining, which is amazing. And maybe towards the end of this episode we would get to building a villager breeder, but I am not sure if we'll get there because in order to build that we need some resources that at this point in time we do not have yet. The viewers that have been paying close attention will have noticed that that leaves one villager which does not have a workstation yet. And that is correct because I am not sure what profession I want this villager to have. We can always assign it something later. I'm kind of conflicted between maybe a Fletcher or maybe something else, a librarian, I'm not sure yet. We can always choose this later. We will focus on these other 4 first. But before we do anything else, I actually thought that it would be a good idea to do some fishing first. Because, well, obviously we need to do some fishing, because that's clearly the best thing that one can do in a Minecraft world. I mean, it's the most important activity in our survival Let's Play world here that we have done. Alright, I'm joking. Let's go and do some useful stuff. Next up, I cut down some trees in an area closer to spawn, because in this area I wanted to make an opening where I wanted to build something next. Alright, I have crafted myself some fences because in this open area I want to build myself some, well, fenced off areas because I want to keep some cows and some sheep. So let's build this cow pen and this sheep pen together here. And I also crafted myself some trapdoors because there is a trick you can do. You can place trapdoors on top of fences like this, and then you can jump over. So that allows us to get in and out without allowing the cows and the sheep to get in and out. And yeah, the terrain is not really cooperating, so we will have to place down some dirt in order to fix that in a second here. Right, let's place that down like that, and I think that this is roughly the size I want those cow and sheep pen to be. Alright. And that shot away very far. Right, and now the next step, of course, is to get ourselves some sheep and some cows. And in order to do that, I have acquired myself some wheat. And then we just have to find a sheep and a cow and just bring them over here. But before we get some cows and some sheep, I figured I'd do some fishing, because clearly fishing is more important than getting cows and sheep. I mean, what useful stuff can you get from sheep? Fishing, on the other hand, that's the thing we should do, because obviously that gives us useful stuff. Alright, I'll get myself some sheep. Alright, sheep and cows obtained, and now we can use our wheat in order to get more sheep and more cows. Now, of course, we need some way of getting more wheat, so what we are going to do next is, of course, to get ourselves a farm. And in order to do that, we use the hoe and some water, like this. And then we use some of our seeds and we plant those in order to grow some more wheat. Now, I think that we are fine for a while because we have these hay bales from the village, and that means that we have 2 stacks and a bit of wheat, which should last us a while, because in the beginning, well, as you can see right now, we only used 4 wheat in order to obtain 1 more cow and 1 more sheep. And yeah, that's the thing. So, yeah, it's only when we have more cows and more sheep that we really need to tap into the newly grown wheat. Ladies and gentlemen, now that we have some wool, I think it is time for the first trade of the Let's Play. Let's go, let's do this. What a deal. There we go, and now this guy is locked as a shepherd, so now if we destroy this, it will remain, he will keep his traits. I chose for the white wool and the shears trade because, well, the shears trade is useful because that way we won't use any more iron to craft shears. Now, I think I'm going to try and do this trade a couple more times, and then I will try and get myself some maps from this guy, and maybe we'll try to do the paper trade here as well. After that, I'm going to focus on these 2 guys, and maybe I want some different trades from these guys, especially with this one. I really do not like double armor in the beginning here. I think it's a good idea to have a coal trade in the beginning like this one. Which is kind of sad because our coal supply is still very low, so we found another way to get rid of our coal, even though we actually should be getting more coal because coal is very precious. It might actually be worth, maybe not in this episode, but to go on an exploration trip to a... I don't remember the exact name, but there's like a mountain biome where there is no snow, and that biome is ideal for acquiring a lot of iron and a lot of coal, so maybe we should go to one of those biomes. But yeah, so I'm going to get myself some emeralds and try and get myself some maps. Our villagers are still out in the open, as you can see, and that is kind of annoying, because that means that I constantly have to keep track of the time of the day and sleep immediately when it becomes nighttime, because otherwise they will immediately be dead. And in order to fix that, I am just going to quickly build a little ugly box around them, and that will make me way more comfortable with, for example, going underground or something. And yeah, this will keep them from dying to the very first zombie that spawns. while I am waiting on the breeding cooldown of the animals and for the sheep to regrow their wool and on our crops to grow, I can explore some of the caves that I came across here so that we can obtain some more coal, because that is still a resource that is in high demand right now and we do not have that much of it. So that's something that I should be doing next. We are here at a cave because I want to start a new project here. Over here I have dug a hole, and this goes down to something that we found in the last episode, because in the previous episode we found a skeleton spawner. Now, obviously I want to sort of start building my base, and this is right about the point to do so, I thought. And I think that this skeleton spawner here would be a good starting point to build our base off. Because in this series, I kind of want to build our base underground. Or maybe better, I would like to do a mix of buildings underground and above ground. And above ground, I want the buildings to be mainly focused around villagers, because I have this thing in my mind of a base where villagers can roam around freely. And essentially the thing that I have in mind is I want to build a village with the villagers just free at the surface and our main base underground. And the underground base, I kind of want to start that around this skeleton spawner, because we are going to make a farm out of this so we can get bone meal and XP. Now, I don't think that we will make a fully functional farm with this spawner in this episode. Instead, I think I would just show you that I want to start digging around here so that we have some space to work with if we do want to make it a farm. Right, and that also means that we kind of have to think about, well, if we want to live underground, we kind of have to think about, well, how do we want to make our entrance? Because just this ladder isn't very fancy, and I want a fancy entrance. Now, if we go over here, through a series of tunnels here, eventually you end up at the big hole that we started mining in the previous episode over here. Alright, as you can see, this is the big hole, which, by the way, down there we still haven't explored everything. And this is also an option to use as an entrance to our underground base, but I'm not sure about that yet. And I think that I will figure that out in a different world, in a copy of this world in creative mode, and I'll just copy whatever I design in that world. But yeah, for now I am just going to dig dig around this spawner here, just so we have some space to work with if you want to make a farm out of this. Alright, so as you can see, now we have quite a substantial amount of space around this spawner here. This is definitely something that we can start to work with in a future episode. However, I made a mistake, and I only noticed afterwards. This area that I dug out is actually not a square. Right now it is a 9 by 11 rectangle area that is this hole. So we will still have to dig out some of the walls. Right, by doing that, I also damaged my diamond pickaxe, which means that we have to switch back into iron pickaxes. So yeah, that's a thing. So we really need to get that toolsmith going so we can get more diamond pickaxes for essentially free. Alright, I think that's enough work on this for today, because I don't really know how I want to do this. I have some ideas in mind, but I'm not sure, so I'm going to let that sink in a bit, what space we have and what I want to do with this, and I think this is for a future episode. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this toolsmith is clearly something of high priority right now. So I am willing to sacrifice our coal to him, actually, and let's see what he unlocks. I hope he unlocks the iron trade, because that means that we can easily unlock more trades, because the villager himself levels up very easily due to the iron trade, and we'll need some more. Let's go down, and let's get ourselves some more iron so we can unlock all of his trades and see what tools this guy has to offer. I kind of hope that he trades the diamond hoe as well, because that is not guaranteed. Alright, let's do that, and now he should unlock at least something. Oh yes, he has the hoe trade. Oh, and I'm buying your hoe. Alright, and we also do that until he levels up one more time, and now he should unlock the good stuff. Maybe an axe, maybe a shovel, I don't know. Axe and shovel! Ooh, we are very lucky, So we take both, because, oh, we cannot afford both. Alright, then let's do this instead. Yeah, I'll trade a bit more with my villagers, and I will also unlock the traits of this guy. And yeah, with this guy, the traits are like less of like random. What I mean by that is you're almost guaranteed. No, you're always guaranteed to get all the different pieces of diamond armor. So this is not too important. Although I would like it if this guy had the lava bucket trade. I decided to make the 5th villager a Fletcher, just so he can make the stick trade, because this is an easy way to get a lot of emeralds quickly, although in my opinion it is more expensive than the wool trade. I do this because I am struggling to level these guys up, because, you know, we can only really trade coal and iron with these guys, and coal and iron are like 2 resources that we don't have that much of. Also, this guy has been locked for a very long time, so I can't really do anything unless I buy some more tools off of him. So yeah, now we will trade with the Fletcher, like this, and yeah, that will give us some emeralds so we can trade some more tools, and perhaps I'll upgrade this one with the iron trade first until he unlocks some diamond armor. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Our toolsmith unlocked the pickaxe trade, and he has a pickaxe with efficiency 3 and fortune 2. That's actually really good, I think. I'm not sure what the possible enchantments on a pickaxe from a villager are, but I think that this is really good. Usually it's like efficiency 2 or unbreaking 1 or something. I think this is actually a really good trade that the villager can have. However, we can't afford it yet. Maybe our Fletcher can trade sticks again? No, let's trade with this guy and level this guy up so he trades some diamond armor. And maybe with that we can afford our diamond pickaxe, and if we can't, then I'll cut until we can. Alright, now what does he have to offer? Protection 2 and feather falling tree, which is also not bad. Right, can you trade already? No, you can't. And I need 27 in order to buy the pickaxe. Yeah, let's cut here. Unless, oh, he just unlocked. Right, that's 27, and let's do this. Let's buy the diamond pickaxe. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. And now we have fortune 2, which is amazing. By trading the iron with these villagers, well, we kind of run out of iron, and because iron and coal are like the two resources that in the past couple episodes we've been trying to acquire a lot of, I'm kind of sick of the shortage of those two resources. So I plan on doing a little exploration trip next. So, a wandering trader spawned here, and this is really interesting now, because he sells slime balls, cactus, and acacia saplings, and all three of those things are valuable to us, and the pufferfish is also valuable to us. So, I'm going to try and buy as much stuff off of him as possible. Now, of course, the cactus I only need one, and the sapling as well I only need one. And the slime ball, yeah, I just want to buy everything he has, essentially. So, I'm going to try and, like, get as much emeralds as I can, as fast as I can. But I'm not sure if I can acquire those before this guy despawns. As you can see, I have been breeding the sheep and the cows a lot, and I think we'll need some more food if we go on a little exploration trip. So let's do, how do you call this? A harvest? Alright, so I just edited practically everything of this episode up to this point. And we are around 20 minutes in, so with what I am going to show you next, I think we will end up with a good video length. So we are reaching the end of this episode. Right. But I still have some things to show you. I am going to delay the exploration thing to the mountain biome to the next episode, simply because I think that that would take too much time in this video and that will make it too long. However, I have already dug the nether tunnels towards those, towards the places that I want to go in the next episode. And one of those tunnels goes over here. This is towards the mountain biome where I want to mine some coal and iron. And there is also the other one, which is over here. And it continues for very long, because I have been digging tunnels and building one-wide bridges for a long time. Like, these tunnels and bridges are like a couple thousand blocks long, I think, if you combine everything together. Like 2,000 blocks all combined, I think. That's roughly the number you'll get, I think. But there is something that I want to show you if you continue over here, something important. And that is, I hope that ghast does not notice me, because I am not willing to fight it. Is it here? Yes, I saw it. Oh dear. So over there, oh dear, over there you can see the thing. Oh god, that ghast is really annoying. Can we kill it? Where is it? I don't see it anymore. Let's go through this hill actually, because if we continue over here, yeah, let's just walk along this path here and turn right over here, because this is where we turn right. And it will become way more obvious what I am alluding to that we have at this tunnel here. Right, as you can see, we are walking quite a distance, and this is like the long part. We've just walked the short part. Like, before the turn to the right there, that was a short part. This part is way longer. And, oh, yeah, there you go, here you go. So, yeah, we found a nether fortress. So that's also something that you can yeah, that is scheduled in one of the next episodes. I'm not going to walk to the end of this tunnel because, well, yeah, let's just start walking there and let's end our episode in this tunnel here. Maybe that's a fun way to end the episode here. Yeah, that also brings me to the fact of this video, and the fact of this video is that the term uppercase letters and lowercase letters comes from the time of the printing press. Because back then, every single letter had to be placed manually in the printing press. And it just so happened to be that the uppercase letters were usually in the uppercase, and hence the name. Same goes for the lowercase letters. Right. I would like to thank you for watching, especially if you reached all the way to this part of the video. In my opinion, the previous couple episodes were better in quality than this one. I am not very satisfied with this one, if I am very honest with you. We didn't really do that much spectacular in this episode. I mean, we did some small stuff that for me is like very important because I am playing in this world, and just having a cow farm as a food source is amazing. And having villagers, and because of that a diamond pickaxe, is also amazing. But to you in the video, I don't think that much exciting things happened. Oh, there's a nether portal already. Oh, that's way shorter than I remember it being. So, yeah. There are also a couple other things that I am not very happy with in this episode. For example, there is this one part towards the end where somehow my audio got messed up, my in-game audio, and I'm not really sure why. It feels very similar to a bug Minecraft had a while ago, but I thought that was fixed, and I'm not sure what caused it. I hope it is not in this recording as well. Also, I feel like I did not give the best commentary and everything, but we'll fix that. Maybe that is because I am like very excited within, like, oh, I know some of the exciting stuff that I am going to build next in one of the next couple episodes, in episode 5 or 6. But like, I can't do that yet because we need resources for that, and the resource gathering is still important because we are like in the beginning of the game, and that's also something that I kind of wonder about. Like, you, the audience, what do you prefer, actually? Do you prefer me to do some more boring stuff on camera, like the resource gathering? Or do you want me to just cut to the more interesting stuff and see me build fancy things? Because, well, both you're going to see more of, but is it the more fancy things that you want to see most? Or, I mean, I'm a bit conflicted in that, because I still want to show, like, all of the things that I do in my world. For example, the villager trading. I have been trading a lot in this episode. However, most of it is just cut out of the video, simply because I think it's not very interesting, because it's usually very similar to what we have seen before. Anyway, I think I've rambled enough to end this episode, and let's end it here, because that was very messy. That was a very messy end, and yeah, let's hope the next episode goes a bit smoother for me. Maybe you guys still like this episode. Maybe you do. I'm not sure. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope I can see you in the next episode. Goodbye.